Hey everyone, it's Wolfgang. I wanted to talk today about boosting income or revenue in your business by getting some education. There's a couple of options: a degree program in business, undergraduate or MBA, or guru expert training courses. So the good thing about an MBA is increases in income and revenue by their graduates is reported, and they track them. And you can find data about that online. That if you look up what does the typical MBA graduate, how do they increase their income after finishing, you can find that information. In the case of the expert or guru, they're not reporting that information. They may not even be tracking it. So you can't really find that kind of information for an expert or a guru. So let's talk about the income increases for MBAs. In finance careers, a 43% boost in income after getting the MBA. In high technology, 38% increase after finishing the MBA. In business consulting, a 53% increase in income after getting the MBA. And overall, it was a reported 40% increase. And again, these numbers come from data reported by students who graduate and start businesses or go to work as employees at companies, and also reported by employers. So you can get this data. Now, the one thing about an MBA is $250,000 for the MBA. It can be a year long, 2 years long. It could be a shorter executive MBA program. So what is the cost of hiring a guru or an expert? So we found an extreme range. $50,000 for a 2-day course was at the high end. $5,000 for a 1-year training was the low end. And but again, in all these cases, the benefit of getting training either from a conventional source or from a guru or expert, it can save you years of trial and error in a business if you're working in a business and trying to figure stuff out on your own. So let's talk about tracking the success of the graduates. We talked about that for the MBA case. Let's talk about that for the expert and guru training. Often these guys will use in their marketing material, they'll make bold claims of exceptional cases only, just the rare few cases or the rarer cases of their students who actually do quite well. They'll use that in their marketing. So it would be fair to ask, do you track the success of the people who buy your training? If they're making a claim that they have excellent outcomes of their students, that must mean they're tracking them. So it's fair game to ask, do you track the success of the people who buy your training? If they say no, you know what you're dealing with. They're making bold claims. Obviously, they're tracking, or maybe making them up. But if they're tracking them, and you ask them if they do track them, and they say no, they should be avoided. And then again, for these same people who make exceptional and bold claims, you can ask, what percentage of the people who buy your training get the results that you're promoting? What percentage? If it's just 1 or 2 students who get the exceptional results, they're probably not going to tell you that, but that would be a problem. So for this particular course, we found that only 30% of the people who paid for that got the touted results. 70% did not. So that's can you learn stuff from those sorts of courses? Yes, you can. But people pay that kind of money because they're sold the exceptional outcomes, and if you're not able to get them, it's rational to ask, is it worth paying that much? Another thing about the claims, the bold claims, if a guru or an expert training company is making bold claims about outcomes after you pay for our expensive course, ask them, is there a refund policy? Is there a full or partial money-back guarantee if the training fails to live up to your claims if I document my efforts after I finish the training? If they say no, then you want to question that, because it's one thing to make a bold claim. If they're not willing to back it up, again, that can be an issue. And in general, you should always ask for a refund policy from any of these guys. If they're not willing to give refunds, they do not stand behind the success claims they might be making. Most of these guys make success claims. They're usually exceptional results only, not the majority of the students. If they're making exceptional claims but no refunds, there's a problem there, and you can probably figure that out. With an MBA, they're not going to make exceptional claims. They don't need to. The data is available. It's all available. It's been documented for many years, decades. The benefit of getting an MBA or an executive MBA, you can get that information, and they don't make bold claims about it either. So if you're asking for a refund policy, if they're telling you no refunds, that kind of nullifies any claims they're making about the results. And again, it just all goes back to, are they willing to back up their claims? So that being said, with the ins and the outs of this, I've done all of this stuff. And there has never been a case where I paid for some education that did not result in a better income or revenue for us. And the ability to save years of trial and error, it can be worth paying. I could see paying this kind of money if the course was tailored for my specific situation and they offered some sort of guarantee that they would stand behind the results. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, you can post in the comments. And I want to thank everyone for watching and have a great day.